an error. What the fuck is going on here?
Error? Getting some behind the scenes chatter again. You hear me pouring my beverage of choice. Just say that. My cat's yelling at me because I just got home and he wants more food. I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
What the heck happened?
Alright, welcome everyone. We're live. It's Zenith Online Racing. Back for round 14, Season 8, Tier 1. I'm Art Biga. Joined once again, finally, the gruesome twosome back together. GP Colin, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad.
Good.
Looking forward to another night of racing. Looks like we're going to have a dry session for quali. I don't see really any cloud cover. It looks pretty blue, so just saw you joined. Did you make sure you hit spectate before you join the lobby?
It might be too late for that. Can I just back out and you send me another invite once I get in there?
I don't know. I don't think I can invite people. I think you have to join off my profile or something.
Okay. Yeah, let's
because it'll bring you into the hub, like the lobby where you see everybody's names, pre-game, and then you just have to select spectate and then ready up. So if you didn't do that, then it might put you in a car. I don't know. It's not a huge deal. Like, you're not running the stream, so I mean, if you end up in a car, you can just go park it and retire, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to mess up the guys that are actually racing.
No, I know, but just basically what you do is, like, when the lights go out, just don't move for like 3 seconds and then go. And that way you're completely away from everybody.
Drive into the pits.
Yeah, exactly. Who do we got at the front of the pack here? I don't have any of my menu stuff up. No wonder I feel so lost.
Me either. How long has it been since we've done this?
Feels like weeks.
A couple weeks for
how
me.
long is the qualifying session? 18 minutes? I mean, we're already 15 minutes left here. How did that happen?
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
I don't know. It hasn't been fun yet.
Okay.
So if you guys, we haven't been out here long enough for it to be fun. So T-Brum is, I think, at the front of the group here of people on flying laps. So get on board with T-Brum.
T-Brum.
I'm just gonna fix the audio balance a touch here. A little more game heavy.
Ooh. Almost.
Whoa.
Oh.
Nearly did it again there, too. Nearly did it again. Alright, what are we looking for here?
So Janet has set the first lap. 1:30. Oh, and then Zamagla says, I'll do you better. And I guess T-Brum was not the first one.
Nope, he wasn't. So I botched that, but we're on board with T-Brum, so we'll see what he can do. Doesn't look like it's going to be as good.
He had a perfect second sector.
Yeah, really good. So, second place, Puff goes third. Who else do we got wrapping up a lap here? Beck is coming across. He goes sixth, just ahead of Janet. Lunar on a lap. He is, I think he said he was out walking the dog, so back in the car.
Adri. Adri about ready to cross. And not bad, P5.
Reasonable result. Adri his pace seems to have fallen off a bit the last few weeks. Like, I know you haven't really been here, but he's not been putting those like top 2 qualifying times up. Like he was qualifying top 2 or 3 quite often for the most of the early half of the season. So I wonder if maybe other guys got quicker, or is Adri just not hitting those times like he was early on, maybe not practicing as much.
Oh geez, what's going on here? Sharpshooter and who's he with? A little bit confusion, I think.
Shouldn't really be in anyone's way, because they're not meant to be qualifying the reserve guys. That would be who tonight is Grim, Sharpshooter. That's it, I guess. Spot Up didn't make it in.
Not as of yet.
Still on board with Lunar, who actually has set a time. So let's go to Janet, maybe. He's not pushing. RC, not pushing either. And we're not pushing. Lunar, not pushing. Looks like pretty much.
So Sharpshooter is starting his lap right now. Just about to cross the start finish. Oh, you drove into the pit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he's actually gonna set laps because he's reserving, right?
That's right. My bad. My bad.
I was willing to take a look anyway, though. Like, get the old spyglass out here and take a gander, make sure everybody's following the rules.
Yeah. So, well, that was a letdown, Sharpshooter. So I'm going to follow Sam. Sam is about to approach what are we calling that chicane? The Pro chicane? Or
the Senna Pro chicane where they crash into each other?
Yes. That's the one.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't really have a name for it. I think we're meant to... I don't think it has a name. I know a lot of the names. Like, obviously, right now I'm on board with Ginny. He's coming through Degner 1. Pulling over for another car. That's a Ferrari going by. I assume that's Asylum. It is. So Asylum now into the hairpin.
Oh, Sam! Sam spun around. He's no damage, but there goes his qualifying lap.
On board with Asylum, and now he's coming up the hill to the spoon curve. I know that one. Looks like a spoon. But yeah, I know a fair amount. I'm pretty sure the first little hairpin thing before Degner 1 and 2 is Dunlop curve.
So Asylum is purple sector 2. I didn't really catch what he did in sector 1, but he's about to cross the finish line. P9, not bad.
How's Sam doing? I guess he spun, eh?
Yeah.
Good. What are you doing? He's something spooked him. Must be hearing voices, hearing people talking or something.
Alright. Say pit. Janet.
Joshua on board with him right now just does not look confident through sector 1. So that's Dunlop. And then this is Degner 1. Degner 2. Some traffic up ahead. Nice job. Looks like maybe Agri getting out of the way. And then this, I think they call this just the hairpin. I don't think it actually has a name. Then there's this whole complex here, and I think there may be a name for this corner, but I'm not 100% sure. But up the top of the hill, we have the spoon curve. Spinning along kind of a 3-part sweeping bend, and then, yeah, just flat out all the way up the hill to 130R. And then after that, I'm surprised that chicane doesn't have a name.
The last one?
Yeah, at the end here.
It probably does.
Probably does, but we're just gonna, you know, everybody knows this chicane.
Yeah. The
send
final
across.
chicane.
The final chicane, send across. Maybe Janet Say will have a calamity there tonight. You never know.
No improvement in terms of position for Jeanette. However,
I'm board with RC now. I think he's on a flyer. Puff is actually coming towards 130R. He's almost done his flying lap. We'll check in with him. Actually, he's not pushing. Well, let's go back to RC. I think he was pushing.
yeah, this turn you hit the nail on the head there. That's like a 2 or 3 part turn.
Yeah, there's like 3 phases. Like you got the initial turn in, and you got to make sure that you don't mess that up because you need to carry as much speed as you can through the next 2 parts.
Downshift, and then sometimes I have to. Well, there's just a lot of. You need to be so accurate in so many parts of that. I mean, I don't know if I've ever hit that thing perfectly or even near perfect.
So RC ended up not improving his time. He was down 9 thousandths on his previous run. So I'm board with Say now. He's not pushing either, actually. So
yeah, he must have. Oh, he'd
just doing an extra warm-up lap or something. Oh yeah. Adri, check in with Adri. He's almost done his lap. Actually, he's not pushing. Yeah, Adri. Warming those tires up. I think he's just starting.
Oh! Beck gets around a little bit around the hairpin. Hairpin.
That's one way to warm the tires. So Say starts a lap. Let's check in with Say. We'll ride on board for his hot lap. Haven't seen him in qualifying too much this year. Been doing really well though. Really strong in the races. The 1 lap pace he seems to have found, and he's got the consistency as well. So it's starting to all come together for Say this deep into the season. And going to be a force to reckon with, I think, next year once he comes into a fresh season, already having the no assist figured out.
Yeah, he's been top 5 pretty much every week.
Yeah.
You got at least 1 win that I can recall.
Oh, big moment in the Degners. Just on the exit, I did think his turn in through Degner 2 was a little too late, and it spit him out a bit wide, and then he tried to stay on the power as much as you would if he had got that corner perfect, and ended up snapping the back end around on him. So good recovery.
Now is about to start his hot lap. In the Ferrari.
Adri may be on a flyer as well. So let's check in with Adri first, and we'll go back to Asylum. Adri making his way through Spoon. This car looks very pointy. It almost oversteered through Spoon curve, which you don't see that often. I wonder if he set it up like that on purpose. He's not using any battery either, actually, so he's, again, not pushing there. Let's check in with Asylum.
I thought that the battery in qualifying was automatically turned on. Maybe not. Yeah, I should know these things, but
I think you can turn it off. I think it's like it's already on when you come out of the garage and stuff, but you can turn it off.
Right.
Pretty sure you can set it to just standard or something.
So Asylum approaching the Spoon turn, part 1, part 2, part 3.
Part 3 really just the sort of line you take to the exit. The first phase I think is the most important because you want to get that car turned as quickly as you possibly can, and then get on that power and make sure that you've got a good line through that second phase, because that can end up costing you a lot of time if you have to lift. And you want to hug right to the wall here on the exit when you start finish straight. That's P8 for Asylum, so Puff still P7 hanging on to that. That time's held up pretty well for the last 6 or 7 minutes. So we'll see if Puff
He's,
can
three
find
tenths.
3 or 4 tenths and get himself into that top 5.
Yeah, he was 3.5 tenths up on his previous time.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And
That
he
should be
seemed to
enough
get through
to
there
put
pretty
him
good.
just ahead of Jinnit. Oh, very close. Look how close that is.
Wow, P5.
Just ahead of his teammates. So that's good. Puff has sort of not got that final run in quali right a lot of times this season. If he can start in the top 5, I think that'd do wonders for his race.
All right, Beck. I'm riding on board with you, buddy. Not bad. Some guys will drop down to 5th. Some guys will drop down to 4th. Going through that ladder S turn.
Nails that apex. That was really good through Degner 1 and 2 from Beck. A little hesitant through the first part, but Degner 2, I think he pretty much nailed.
You know, be so careful on the throttle.
Yeah, I noticed
hairpin.
He's being super gentle with the throttle and the steering. I don't see any jerky movements. Like, look how smooth the wheel application is here.
Mm-hmm.
He's not fighting it. He's just making sure that car goes, you know, maximum grip through every turn.
Very well done.
Yeah, I think this is gonna improve his lap time significantly. Like, could be looking at the top 5 here.
8 tenths up.
And that would put him around Zamoglis, roughly. So I'll see if he can. It's a little slow through that first part of the chicane, but
I'll tell you, that's about as straight a line as you can take through it.
Yeah, so
a second improvement.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite get that final sector right. He would have found some time there. There is a car. Lunar's backed out. I was going to say, there's a car in 130R. It's not a place you want to catch up to somebody. Who do we have on a run? We got Say, Jinnit, Joshua is
T-Broom. Wow. I didn't realize T-Broom moved up to pole position here.
Yeah, he kind of lost him there. I wasn't really looking at the front.
Oh, he's
at the top.
over. He's not going to be able to go around again.
No. Not a great place to be having a car catch you either. Did as good as he could through there, though, I think. We got Say, actually.
Yep, that's who I'm on board with right now. Very nice. He was able to stay on the throttle just a little bit going through the exit. Three tenths, 3.5 tenths up.
Nice time.
P2.
Right behind T-Broom and separates himself from the rest of those guys. Now where's Jinnit at here? He is, this time is not going to count, so I think Jinnit's done. Yeah, Jinnit's done.
Oh, nice showing.
3rd. Joshua pulls over. Puff starts 5th. That's really good for Puff. See if Zamoglis can get him. Zamoglis slightly up on his previous run. Is it enough? No. He improves, but not by much. Back into the pits, and I think that's it for quali. Lunar actually could be a dark horse here to jump up.
Yeah, he's 3 tenths up on his previous set time. It's not going to be enough to move too far up, but...
Whoa, all the way to P4.
I guess. Wow, he made up 3 tenths in just that 3rd sector.
Yeah, that's a huge jump. Big, big jump there for Lunar, and that's really important to get himself up at the front there. So solid qualifying for a few guys that have been struggling. Puff starts P6, very nearly P5. Joshua starts 5th, very nearly P4. Lunar starts 4th by the skin of his teeth. And then there's a bit of separation there from Jinnit. I assume Jinnit made a mistake on his final lap, probably has the pace to fight with those front two. So I think we got a good 3-way scrap at the front for the podium places. And then probably everybody else from there will have a good battle for the rest of the top 10.
Excuse me. Let's see. Want me to do this standings?
Yeah, we haven't done standings in a long time.
So Tier 1 standings after Monza last week. Let's see. Let me turn my little phone this way. So we got Packer in P1. Oh, nope, GP. That's the wrong. That's the results. All right, here we go. All right, so Jen at P1. He's got a sizable lead here. Say P2, Adri in third, Brian Scott in fourth, Packer in fifth, Mr. Joshua in sixth, Sam in seventh, Asylum in eighth, Lunar Jedi in ninth, Rockstars Zivanker is in 10th. Then you get RC, Zamoglis, Beck, Wreck Diver, Vinny, Puff Digital, T-Brum, T-Money All Day, Scabney, Ray, this one, Vox Ex Machina, 21st place, Quaminator, Fuzzmill, Fuse, I can't even say it, Fuzz, and T Razorback.
You gotta stop taking weeks off. You've lost your touch. Fumbling over your words over there.
That's the way my every day goes. I work mostly with my hands. My brain kind of follows along, but
yeah, just shows up, punches the clock, kind of hangs out in the back room, avoiding any actual work.
Yeah. So we got some overcast skies here. I wonder.
Yes.
I wonder if there is rain in the air.
It looks like you did get put on the grid, eh?
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So.
Let me.
Don't.
All right.
Yeah,
yes. I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah, just let the race start and then drive the car. You drive the car into the pits to retire. Because we've had this happen before where somebody retired and the AI went around instead, or they left the lobby or something like that. So we don't want that. So, but yeah, in the future, like if you join late, if you join when the session's already started, there should be an option to tick off like a box. You hit spectate only or something, and then load in.
Yeah, I was in too much of a hurry.
Oh, no worries. I mean, it happens. I've done it before. Rushed in at the last minute and... Yeah. Let us know how it looks from on the grid down there when we start the race.
Yeah, it looks nice. I don't see an umbrella over me, but I see over 2 spots to my right and ahead of me, they got an umbrella over. I can't quite make out that car.
Sky Sports has the grid walk. We actually put a driver on the grid. See you top that one, Sky. We'll see you top that, Ted.
All right, so I need to go around, and then I need to go around and then box, pit, and retire in the pits. Is that correct?
Sorry, what did you ask? Yeah, so let the formation lap do its thing. And then once the race starts, just let everybody get away, and then drive the car around the lap into the pit lane. As soon as you cross the white line, hit start, retire. I mean, might as well give us an update on track conditions there, GP, out in the car. If you could let us know how's the grip feel. You got the medium tires on, I see. Are they cold? They warm? Don't run into other drivers, for the love of God.
Nope. Yeah, it seems to be kind of slickery out here.
Slickery? That's a new word.
Yeah, slickery.
Tires you do look like you're struggling for grip there.
So
you got one guy on softs is Jinnit. That's bold.
I think he did that last week in Monza too, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah. Again, another 27 lap race, so maybe that's
Oh,
why.
whoa, GP. Man, oh man.
How's the gravel look? Is it nicely packed?
Oh, they did a great job raking this out.
Yeah, great job. All right, get the rakes out again because GP's unfortunately out on track at the moment. Or he's trying to stay on
That's
track.
the only way. Look at that. My brakes are just locking up. I gotta adjust my brakes.
It's a good thing you're not racing.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I would.
Why has everybody
This
got
would
this
be
goldfish
terrible.
helmet? There's so many people have it.
You know, I don't even know what my helmet looks like.
You know
I
what?
can see the top of it right now, but
I went through about 6 drivers, and they all have the exact same black and red helmet. That must be like the generic helmet. No one, they just never
Okay.
bothered to. They never bothered to look at it. Yours is the same. So yeah,
okay.
you just haven't gone to your like profile to change the helmet at all, I guess. You can also get a new couch while you're there. Maybe some cargo shorts.
Yeah, they're always asking me to spend money.
It's alright, we'll write it off. Part of the broadcast cost.
Oh, all right.
You know, get yourself a nice little t-shirt.
Let's see if I can nail this grid parking.
Yeah, it's a good chance to practice.
Don't say 8.
So everybody has taken their spot on the grid. GP Colin, the last one. I'm just gonna run up to the booth really fast.
Really fast.
After he gets the car back in the garage, and then he'll join us for some commentary. All right, ready to go racing. Japan, round 14, season 8, tier 1, Zenith Online Racing. Let's get those lights fired up. 3, 4, 5 lights are on, and they're off. We're racing in Japan. Looks like a good start for T-Brum. Seiei through the second phase, doing really nicely. He's got a really nice run into turn 1. He's going for it. And T-Brum runs really wide, and that sends Jinnit down the inside as well. Jinnit with a nice look here. Gets squeezed out by T-Brum. Unfortunately, could not get through. His rival Seiei scampers off at the front. Jinnit's got to try and get by as soon as the opportunity presents itself, but you don't want to do anything too risky on lap 1. And Puff and Josh get off to a good start. They're tagged along with the top 3 there. And a nice little gap behind them. So that should be a good omen for those guys to get rolling in this race. And see if they can hang on to the front group. Jinnit putting some serious pressure on T-Brum. Oh, they've touched! And they both go off the track. And that sends Joshua and Puff almost through. Puff gets Jinnit, but not Joshua there. But yeah, T-Brum, I think, locked up, and Jinnit was on the outside and just had nowhere to turn. So they ended up both missing the corner there. Cold tires and brakes on lap 1, and just couldn't make the move stick. So Jinnit did not lose a whole bunch. He's, obviously a little frustrated with that, but to me, that's a racing incident. They're both locked up and just kind of, T-Brum covering the corner. Attempting to cover the corner, and Jinnit, he went deep, and Jinnit was on the outside looking to turn in and just couldn't turn. So there really was nowhere for Jinnit to go, in my opinion. I don't really think Jinnit could be at fault in any way in that sense.
So it looks like Seiei's really pulled away.
Yeah, he's got a really nice gap here while these guys are squabbling. And Joshua's Delta a little messed up at the moment. Jinnit trying to get by him. So maybe they're trying to do a little synchronized swimming here. Jinnit definitely quicker, probably should be ahead. Really just that little error between him and T-Brum. Again, though, I would say if there was any blame to be put on, it would be T-Brum, I would say, just because he did go deep and sort of run Jinnit out of road, but I don't think there's enough there to actually warrant a penalty or anything. It was kind of just like bad luck circumstance. And Jinnit does around the outside and does get the move done on his teammate Joshua, so now he's back up to T-Brum, who is on the hard tire, Seiei also on the hard tire. So Jinnit needs to get his head down and get to work here. He should make quick work of T-Brum, and then he's got a nice gap to eat away there. GP has...
All right, I'm in.
I hear him coming up the steps. Ah, there he is. All right. Yeah. Oof, that was fast, man. How'd you get up here so quick?
I was faster going up the stairs than I was on track.
Did you grab a beer for me on the way?
Oh, I thought you already had everything you needed. My bad. Next time.
Well, there goes the pylon, skittering across the track. So, yeah, next time, grabbing a beer next time
you bet.
Go for a test lap there. I got enough wine up here though. I smuggled it in with my backpack.
So, Say's already got a nearly 2.5, 2 second lead here. Now,
it was 3 seconds last lap, so that's,
okay.
Yeah, T-Brum is eating that up. The bad news for Jinnit is it looks like T-Brum's tires have come alive, and he's not really hounding him as much as he was initially. So we do have a hell of a battle going on here with Puff, RC, Sam, Asylum, and then Grim a little ways down the road there. Really good scrap here for 5th place. Puff really even gets a scrap for 4th, because Puff is right there with Joshua. He's not too far off.
Oh, Jinnit almost a little too wide there.
I think Jinnit's looking for a good run. This is lap 3 now, so he should be getting some DRS when you go down the main street. That probably will be enough for Jinnit. I think it's just the one DRS zone here, right? Yeah, it's no real
correct
streets for it, so.
If I were Jinnit right now, I'd just be trying to baby those tires, get them to go as far into the race as he can.
I mean, yeah, that is an option. He could just follow T-Brum and use the slipstream to stay away from the cars behind. RC has had some kind of moment here, and now Puff way off the track at the front of the group there.
Oh, he did.
He did it.
That sucks.
He did it again. Oh my goodness. I can't believe Adri went through him.
That was
I thought it was
risky.
Gonna be a crash. Yeah. I was looking at a crash then. So what happened there? Joshua was also slow too. Was there contact with Josh and Puff maybe? Or RC
I didn't
maybe?
see.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either.
But getting back to Jinnit, I mean, he's on a different tire strategy than anybody else in this race. So
yeah, it's a bizarre one, and it doesn't.
He has a chance to be on the 2 softer compounds. So if he can take care of his tires, these softs, and get him to a point where he feels comfortable going on to the mediums, I mean, what an advantage he's going to have.
Mm-hmm. He's building a gap to Joshua, so that's good news, but he isn't closing on T-Brum. You know what, though? T-Brum is eating away Say's gap, and Jinnit's kind of just getting dragged along here, so
yeah,
it is kind of working.
Yeah. And T-Brum's fastest lap. I'd imagine that these softs right now are starting to give him trouble, I guess. I'm not sure how gentle he's been on them, but let's see what else we got here. So Asylum all over RC. Asylum on the mediums and RC on the hards. So advantage Asylum, and he's in the Ferrari. Advantage Ferrari.
That seems like a little bit of Homer favoritism there. Next, you're going to tell me that Asylum's also from Boston.
Nah, you already know that we're neighbors.
That's like me and Puff, you know. Everybody knows. Arbig is the biggest Puff fan, and that's why I'm always so happy at the start of the race, and then about 5-6 laps in, very depressed.
So Lunar's looking to make a move on Zmoglis here. Gets a little wide in the spoon turn.
It's like it's on for Puff, though.
He
must have had an error there. So he lost a fair amount of time in
Wow.
positions with that mistake he had, but he's not really that far off the big group, so. And Jennett's pit already, so those softs did not pay off. It's kind of the medium. And for some reason being held in his pit box. What the hell? Oh, there it goes. Okay, that was just a visual glitch. Adri's
Yeah,
also
so he's
pit.
going to take the mediums 21 laps.
Adri has wing damage, so that makes sense as to why he was so slow. So back to RC's. Repping the Red Bull in the top 5. He was running nose to tail with Puff there, and Puff just makes that mistake, and he ends up, what is he, about 7 seconds down the road now? Oh, RC. RC ran right into the back of Sam's car. I don't know if he was late on the braking or if Sam kind of took a weird line, but RC on the entry into that corner nosed into the rear tire of Sam and spun him.
RC's wing seems to be intact. I mean, he
Yeah,
has his end plates.
It was kind of like a front nose cone right into the side wall of the tire type thing, so it was weird. Like, Sam was taking like a really like aggressive line, like where he like turned in early and was cutting almost like parallel to the apex, while like RC was trying to brake deep. It was very bizarre. Oh, Sebram's going for a move. Missed that. I didn't realize he'd gotten so close. I know he was like chopping away, but
Yeah, he
watch this battle for a bit. Oh, Jesus! I thought he was done. I thought his race was over. That back end was like 45 degrees.
Great save. And he didn't really lose that much time either. Yeah, usually a couple explicitives come out at that point when that happens to me.
And even watching it, you feel like, you know, you feel those little instincts kick in, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're kind of riding on board, really, a lot of the times. It's, yeah, you get that same, pretty much that same feeling.
Look at the gap here, like Sebram and Seye. Look behind the rear wing of Sebram, there's no one there.
Nope.
It's a race for first and second here, and everybody else fighting for third.
So RC and Asylum are our closest battle, and RC's got DRS, but it's just not a long enough straightaway to really capitalize on it.
Yeah, you kind of have to like set it up into the first turn and hope that you get them on a weird line where they don't really have grip and you can kind of sneak by.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much of a brake zone.
No. You know, and I guess coming out of the last turn too, you just need to keep nailing the turns and hope that the guy in front of you messes his exit up a little bit, and then maybe you can get him.
Sebram now putting some pressure on as they approach the screen curve. This could be, again, without the DRS down the back straight, 130R is an overtaking opportunity, but you have to get a really good run into screen if you're going to try that. Sebram did get a really good run. He's got that slipstream. If he's willing to dump all his battery to make the move here, he probably want to wait for that DRS. You saw the turn in from Seye a little early there, and it really cost him some time. Sebram gained a few tenths through 130R there. Now he's climbing all over the back of that Williams.
This got to be his best chance.
Yeah, Sebram, this is the best opportunity he's had. DRS, so let's see what Seye does. Makes that move to the inside late. Parks it right in the center, and there's nowhere to go. Oh, no, they've touched. I think there was a little bit of contact there, but say parked in the center, and then once T-Brum took his line, squeezed him to the edge, and looks like under braking there may have been a little bit of wheel banging. So nice defense from Say. He's actually really good at defending. I've noticed he puts his car in the perfect place, and he never goes over the line when it comes to like the space or squeezing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got 75% of his battery life charged, and T-Brum's got 19%. So Say, I know he can't know what the battery situation is for the driver behind him. However, he probably felt pretty comfortable knowing that the ERS really helps a lot.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like it's tough to overtake at this track, so if you use it down the straight only and then it's off for the rest of the lap and you just make sure you don't make any mistakes, you should be able to keep recharging it. Look at the gap they've pulled though. I mean, 8 seconds to Joshua. It's just ridiculous.
Taking a peek. Grim right in the middle of the track.
RC's out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and there that is a brutal place to lose it. That surely is a safety car. It is. It's a full safety car. This is going to work out brilliantly for Zenith, Adri, and Beck. They are in no man's land right now. And it's brilliant timing for me because I just finished my wine. I need to re-up.
There you go. So I think
the safety car already collected the front runners too.
Yeah, that's great. No, they didn't.
No?
No.
Okay, no, they are through. You're right. It just missed them, I guess.
So if you, I was going to say, if you're Zenith, do you stay out on those mediums? Answer is no.
Well, no, I mean, he's at the back already, right? You put the hards on, surely. Make sure you're going to the end now.
He went to the mediums.
Oh, you know what, though? He can, because he's done this tire change.
Yeah.
The other guys, though, on the one-stops, they're all going to have to... Like, if you're on hards, you can't pit. I don't think you're going to the end from here. So I don't think you can make your pit stop. You're not getting the mediums for 17 laps, I don't think.
Certainly, the guys on the mediums are probably going to take the worst of this.
The guys currently on mediums?
Yes, the guys that started on the mediums.
No, this is brilliant for them. This is like the perfect pit window.
Well, they went around it. Oh, maybe they were already ahead of the pit entry when... I could have sworn that they had the chance to go in, but we'll find out real soon here.
I don't know. I mean, the guys on hards are pitting, so what does that tell you?
Yep. There comes Asylum. So, yeah, these guys got to get onto the hards.
Say and T-Brum are just going to the end, I guess. Like, it's just... You got to try and make those mediums work. If you're going to the hards right now, though, like Sam, Asylum, Sharpshooter, Puff, like, these guys are in a brilliant position. Like, these guys are really, I think, the contenders for the win here. Those guys on mediums are going to be quick to open the stint, but they're not getting to the end. At least not with a good tread on those tires. Like
right.
They're going to be struggling.
So, Beck didn't pit? Excuse me. So on 4-lap-old softs, and he stayed out. Adri onto a fresh set of mediums as well. So everybody's on fresh tires except for P11 Zenith to win it. He's on 1-lap-old mediums, and Beck, who's on 4-lap-old softs. Everybody else got a fresh set of rubber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 8 medium tire drivers and 1, 2, 3, 4 hard tire drivers.
Is Beck a lap
soft.
down?
It's a minute and a half, minute 40 behind. So,
Like, I mean, he's in front of somebody there. Who is that?
behind him, it's another Mercedes. So would that be not another Mercedes? A Mercedes? Would that be Lunar?
It is.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, he must be a lap down then. So I wonder if the game's not going to let him go by.
No, it won't. But he might as well pit. And then
Yeah,
he can
he
get
should
himself
get
out
off
of
those.
this snake, right?
Absolutely. I'd be getting onto the mediums personally.
Yeah. Why is he not hitting? Lunar's pit.
He is. Nope. Huh.
Oh my
back stayed
goodness,
out.
brilliant. Lunar's gone back to the hard tires.
Huh.
So he's actually done his tire change and then just sorts himself back into the field here. I guess that is an option for some of those guys if they're concerned about the mediums.
Mm-hmm.
You do a lap under the safety car and then you pit again. Like if you're at the back and you did your tire change, why not get on the tire that gets you to the end, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, which is a head scratcher why Beck has stayed out on those soft tires. I mean, unless he knows something we don't know. Oh, I can hear Beck.
Yeah.
Not Beck in 13th place. Beck.
Beck the cat. Yeah, he's about 6 inches from the microphone right now, staring right at me, purring away. His favorite place to be, laying on my belly or my lap or my chest.
Nice.
Yeah. Right, buddy?
Oh, such a nice sound.
It is.
Happy
Very
cat.
soothing.
I love it.
Yeah. If anybody at home likes ASMR.
Whoa. I assume that they're in.
Yeah,
the
they
safety
should
car.
be. Safety car lights
is...
are off. Say is standing way too close to it. The lights were off though before it said that it was coming in.
Yeah.
And we've nearly had a big collision. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's like the further back we go, the faster everybody's going, right?
Oh, Grim left the session.
Yeah, I think he dropped out maybe. Say, looks like he's punched it. No, he hasn't. I thought he did. Wow, he's kind of left himself compromised here. T-Room's got a really good shot. Oh my goodness, he got a much better exit. Say, shot himself in the foot. He's in big trouble here. Can T-Room put the pressure on? Beck's out. I think he did it in the pits. Yeah. I was going to say, I think he might be waiting for the race to restart so he can retire in the pits.
Aha.
Commendable, to say the least. Like, imagine waiting for the whole safety car just to go park it.
Yeah, it appears as though his car's coming back out, though.
Yeah, they always do. They always come back out, but it'll clear it before the pack gets there, and it'll just go down as like a local yellow or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So Say is probably breathing a little easier now. I don't know, I haven't seen T-Room race very much, but I do know how Mr. Joshua races, so he's somebody that doesn't make any mistakes. He's up into P3 on some fresh mediums. He's probably smiling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really, what are you asking of the mediums at this point? About 13, 14 hard laps. Mm-hmm. You probably get away with a couple easy ones there under the safety car, and then beyond that, you're probably going to baby them for the last lap or two, because ideally you have a cushion there and you're not fighting.
So Zamonglis is having a hard time passing the AI of Grim. AI setting must be pretty high.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's a little too high, personally. Something I was trying to angle.
Yeah, Zem should already pass him.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Like, there should be some level of AI skill so that if you do drop, you don't get absolutely crushed while you're trying to get back in. But, like, your car should not be able to outdrive other drivers in the tier, which is silly.
Right. Yeah, because I imagine the AI driver, the car, is not going to make the mistake that we would make. So, well, happy to report Zem has gotten past.
And Grim looks like he got passed by another car as well.
Sharpshooter. So T-Broom's got to be getting pretty sick, though, looking at Say's back end here.
Yeah.
He's got to be trying to figure out a way to get by him. Now, Say
also
just
might
gets
have
a
a craving
tremendous...
for some Sofina.
Say just gets a stronger exit out of that last turn. Alright, the closest battle is them trying to get around Adri going through the S's.
Adri
Yeah?
just passed him, actually.
Did he? Okay.
Pretty sure, yeah. Saw Zamoglis drop down, so... Not sure if he made an error, or Adri maybe just had him on DRS. He's good. Honestly, Adri with the mediums... Oh, T-Brum has got by. Where did he pull that off?
Damn it.
Seye, I wouldn't say Seye is the quicker driver, but he's just been defending better. And now he's going to have to try and get back in front of T-Brum to try and keep that status quo. I don't know if he's got the pace to actually get back in front.
I'm going to find out.
Joshua's licking his chops, hoping these two push each other way too hard. Joshua has what, 1 or 2 wins this year already?
I think so. Yeah, he's definitely got one. I believe it's probably 2 or 3.
It might be 2, but I know for sure he had the 1, and it's kind of like a testament to his driving style. It's like make the right decisions, be in the right place at the right time, and then you know, reap the rewards.
So I think Say is running a little bit lighter wing, going down, what do we call him, that back straight at the end of Sector 2?
Back straight at the end of Sector 2. Would that be 130R?
Yes, 130R. He was catching T-Brum. So obviously no DRS.
I think he may have made an error and then maybe panicked into dumping his battery to try to get back in front, because he's definitely dropped off a bit more since then.
Yeah, he's still at 86% battery. T-Brum's at 36.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe he's just sort of biding his time.
So he, Say is using ERS, and T-Brum was not. That would explain why he got closer this time.
Yeah, he's very close, and I think that maybe the strategy is use the ERS to get close to make sure that when he's got a really good run here.
Yeah, he does.
He's got a really good shot at this, and this is where T-Brum's going to have to dump the battery to try and stay in front. It's just not quite long enough, is it?
No, no. And T-Brum didn't use his battery at all. Oh, Grim.
Yeah, he may be retiring. Maybe he got back in just to park the car. No, maybe not.
Well, he went with the softs.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
maybe he just
Maybe
want to
he wants-
see how long they can go for his race on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That is a good strategy if you're reserving, is to slap on a set of tires you might not plan on using and see what kind of response you get. So, not a ton of super close battles, but there is a few still. And even the ones that aren't super close are still within a second or two of each other. So, still lots to play for here. 10 laps to go. The guys on mediums not really pulling the gap on the guys on hards that you'd expect. So, could that become a factor in the next few laps? The tire life, or are the guys on mediums going to need to pit? A lot of things to take into consideration here.
So Seye has been able to hold on to Tebrum, so however, it looks like maybe a tenth per lap that he falls behind. Oh, Tebrum messed up.
Mistake. And there goes Seye. It's like the exact same place where Seye was overtaken. It's like Tebrum just gave him the spot back, making a similar error. This is where we jumped over to see Seye was being passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right through that stretch.
That we might have just been given a review of what happened to Seye.
A little bit of a replay with the opposite car.
Yeah.
But that's huge for Seye. I mean, that is...
Puff. Oh, and then he got tagged. Oh, coming out of the spoon.
Look at Tebrum,
Puff
though. He's
was
all over Seye here. Into the chicane. Seye has it covered. What happened to Puff?
Puff was sideways coming out of the exit of the spoon, and he got tagged. He went sideways, so somebody behind him had no place to go and hit him.
This is brilliant racing at the front here. Tebrum retakes the lead, and Seye nearly got him back after turn one, but he has to end up yielding. So now he's got to work on chopping that gap back down and get an opportunity to get back in front.
Yeah, this is now our closest battle. Nobody else is within DRS of the driver in front of him.
I mean, not to be that guy, but Sharpshooter's 10th. He doesn't count. Puff is in a position where he finishes the race and he gets a point.
Yeah,
he's gone and
DNF.
retired, and yeah, he could have just done 3 more laps and probably got a point. But I guess when you're that pissed off or frustrated, 1 point doesn't seem like it's worth the extra commitment of time. Man, Puff was having a good afternoon too. It's really, really unfortunate. It just seems to happen every single week. Like, there's just a point where it all comes unraveled, and
at least it was his own doing. It's really upsetting if somebody causes you harm.
Yeah.
That's upsetting. And when you make a mistake on your own,
Oh.
ooh, Seye.
That was insane. I just jumped to that and saw him trying to get the car under control there.
So, meanwhile, Asylum has gotten to within 8.5 tenths of Mr. Joshua. So,
I'm telling you, man, these guys on the hards, I think those are our podium guys. The guys on mediums are going to be in big trouble.
Still got 8 laps to go.
Yeah, 8 laps and not, the time cushion there. If those guys on mediums fall off a cliff with grip, like, they're they're going to be reeled in very, very quickly.
So somebody went off track.
Lunar,
Was that Sam?
like, I think it was Lunar.
I think it was Sam. Probably just got a couple wheels in the grass.
I don't think so, because Sam would not be that close to Asylum. Right? He was behind Asylum, and I don't think he'd be that close to Asylum if he had made an error. So I think it was Lunar, because he was not that far down. Joshua starting to come under some pressure now. Say does everything he has to stay in that DRS range. He's actually whittled the gap down a little bit, so next lap you probably get a good shot at an overtake. Check in with Asylum, who's hunting down Joshua.
Say a 9.5 tenths, almost a second behind Tebrum now. He's falling out of that DRS. He's got 67% battery, and Tebrum has 27%.
So, you know, we're discussing the hard versus medium strategy, but what about the medium versus medium strategy? Who's taking care of their tires better?
Mm-hmm.
Is one of them not pushing and has something left to offer at the end? Are they both pushing? Are they both going to leave themselves susceptible to the hard runners behind?
Yeah, great point. Yeah, really, I mean, I think that if you're in the top 3 right now, taking care of your tires is quite important. You know, Asylum and Sam have the luxury of having those extra laps given to them, given that they're on the hard tires. They don't need to worry. I think that these mediums should be fine for these drivers up front. However, I know that a lot of the guys don't like to be on tires when they get to 40%, 50% wear.
Yeah. I guess we'll keep an eye on this battle between Asylum and Joshua, but what I'd like to do is get up to the front and check on see if we can get a look at the actual tires when they're going through some slower corners and see how they look.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the chicane would be a good place to do that. Oh, big spin for Joshua! And like you said earlier, he never makes mistakes. That is absolutely shocking.
However, that is one of those, you know, I think that corner can get anybody. That corner can get anybody. That's where Puff had the misfortune losing the back end, and yeah, obviously it got Josh too.
Say trying to do a little early braking, see if we can get Tebrum through the second phase of turn 1 and 2, but nothing doing there. So Say tucks in for another lap.
So suddenly, Asylum is P3, and Sam is chasing him down. Both of them on the hard tires, while the 2 drivers in front of them are on the mediums. And it'll be interesting to see if those mediums really fall off enough to allow Asylum, who's over 6 seconds behind, to reel them in.
Yeah, we're looking at, what, about 4.5 laps to go here. And Asylum obviously lost a lot of time stuck behind Joshua, but now has been freed. I don't know, it's just part of me that's like, a 12-lap-old hard, how much quicker can it be than a 12-lap-old medium? Like, he's not going to find a 1.5 seconds per lap.
T-Brum almost binned it in the same place that Josh and Puff did, and now if he had a little more
Oh my
time.
God, that was close as hell.
Ooh,
If you're saying you needed to just get through those next couple turns as close as you can, because this is as close as he's been. It's his best opportunity to win this race.
And he's got him.
He does. That's it. So now T-Brum has all the work to do again. Last time Say got in front, T-Brum made quick work of it, but he looks like a little unstable at this point. He's just dropping tenths every turn they go through, dropping tenths to Say. Is this the tires?
It could be. I'm looking at his tires, though. I really don't see anything on the front.
He's just completely fallen out of DRS range, too. And Asylum has made up about a second. He's got Sam pressuring him now, too.
Yeah, I was going to say at this point, I think Asylum probably needs to be looking behind him. Not that he wants to, but I don't think he needs to worry about T-Brum catching him.
This is really bad for Jinnit because Say is first, Jinnit is sixth. That's a big jump in points, whereas generally it's been those two kind of fighting with one another when Packer hasn't been around.
So I don't know what happened to T-Brum, but like you said, he's dropped back now significantly. He's nearly a second and a half.
I would say this is tires at this point.
Man,
it's
oh man.
Just, there's nothing left. Like, he's just dropping tenths. Every single apex tenths falling away.
It almost looked like he was snowplowing going through the first turn of that final chicane.
So
those
for
tires were turned, but
those people watching that have never seen an inch of snow in their life, what's snowplowing?
Okay, so he turned hard to the right, yet the car, I mean, it's understeer, essentially.
Yeah.
But I was on board with him, so I could see his tires were completely turned to the left, yet the car kept going straight. So, yeah, snowplowing might not have been the best analogy to use, but... And I can tell now that, yes, T-Brum's tires, the front tires are, they're pretty well spent.
They are ugly, yeah. There's a very significant line running along the surface on both those fronts. And it looks like Say doesn't have that. I mean, he does a little bit, but it's not as significant, I don't think. It's similar. It is similar. I see the same thing on the hard guys, so... The hard tires don't seem to be holding up that much better that it's going to offer any significant performance advantage with only 3 laps to go.
Yeah, T-Brum's front left tires, terrible.
Yeah, it looks bad. You can see what looks like
you
blistering.
You can see where he locks up.
Yeah, there's blistering along that sort of this is the outer third of the tire. There is a line there.
Sam, coming out of the last chicane, could not hold it together. Spun out, and Asylum has been cut loose, cut free. Doesn't need to worry about Sam anymore.
He's gotten that gap down to about 4 seconds now. It's just 4 seconds in a lap and a half. Just doesn't seem doable. Looks like the guys that hit to the mediums are going to get away with this. Unless there's some kind of puncture or a spin or something. I think Say may have done a bit better of a job managing those tires. T-Brum had that little error, and then basically since then he just has not had any pace. Oh, there's a big moment for Say. It's not over yet. T-Brum is back in DRS range.
Incredible.
This is a hell of a race. And I would also like to point out, only the one safety car for RC's crash. I almost was about to say no safety car because it did feel like that. But no penalties.
And no virtual safety car either.
No, not a single driver has a time penalty. I don't think even the guys that retired had time penalties before this. Maybe one.
I think Grimm got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but he was hurrying up to retire.
So that's it, the last DRS zone for T-Brum. At this point, it's really just... I mean, if I'm T-Brum and I am able to get anywhere near say, I'm gonna send it, or I'm gonna at least pretend that I'm sending it. Yeah, I think Janice is calling it a night. I'm gonna at least pretend I'm sending it to try and hope that say makes an error, because you can see how skittish that car is ahead. He's lost all his tire life as well. And maybe T-Brum has managed the overheating to a point where he actually can challenge now, and now Seiya is trying to cool those tires on this final lap to a point where he can get it home. So he is struggling for grip. That car just looks very unstable. And here comes T-Brum all over the back of the rear wing of that Williams. Final lap of the race, and it's all to play for here. It's going to come right down to that final chicane. Better exit for T-Brum. Seiya struggling, did not get the apex right. T-Brum going to get a tow all the way down the straight. Oh, this is going to be close. He's closing. Oh my goodness, are we going to get it?
Oh, hey.
Oh, jeez, I don't know, man. Seiya, did he move twice or did he move late? Oh my God. Seiya had an error. T-Brum followed directly behind with his own error. That was a hell of a race between those two. Honestly, I'd like to give them both first place there, but man, that was a really, really good battle, start to finish for a victory. And you know, aside from everything else that happened tonight, that was one of the better races we've seen in the last, geez, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 races. Like, that was really, really solid. No, no crashing, no clumsy, aggressive driving, no penalties. Like, everyone was just racing heads up.
May not be anything in the incident reports this week in Tier 1.
I don't know how there could be. I think the only collision we had was Puff, and it was a spin, right? So, so Puff was spun, he spun, and then and someone hit him. So, I don't think that's going to be...
Yeah, that should not be an incident report.
All right, GP. It's 9:16.
Quickly?
Did you take notes?
No. No, I did not. I'm just going to fall into the...
All right, we got Seiya, T-Brum, and Asylum snags a podium. Yep. Kind of quietly snagged that podium there. Good for him. So let's get these guys in. We will go to the party thing here. I don't think I have Seiya on my friends list still.
No.
Now there he is.
I can. You do or don't?
I got him there. And then I need T-Brum, who I don't think I have.
I don't think I have T-Brum either.
No, I don't. I'll search him.
Okay,
do you have Asylum?
Yeah, I'll get Asylum in there.
Is it hyphen T-Brum or underscore T-Brum?
I
think it's underscore.
Underscore, yeah. CPI underscore T-Brum 77.
There he is. There he is. Okay. I think I've sent all the invites out. Let's, I'm just gonna check warnings quickly. A lot of warnings on lap 1. And then basically nobody got a warning the rest of the race. There was like, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 warnings on lap 1. The next warning came lap 13.
Oh my.
And the next one was 15, then 20, then 22, 26, and 26. Or 26 and 27. That's really, really impressive. And this isn't a track where like you don't run wide, or like, I guess it's hard to like cut a corner, but to run wide, like, that's surprising. Anyways, take it away when you're ready.
Who do we got in here?
I think Say has joined. He was the winner, obviously, so you can start there or finish there.
I'm in.
Okay. All right. There's Asylum. And here comes T-Brum. Okay, so we'll start with... Oops. Asylum. Asylum, congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, my man.
Were you a little bit surprised? I mean, we were following you a little bit there when you were in 4th place, and you really weren't catching. I think it was Mr. Joshua, right, in front of you.
Yeah, so I just try to conserve my tires. The tires get really hot here, and they wear out really quickly. So I was just waiting for those mediums to start slacking, and once that started happening, I started catching up on him, and unfortunately, he made that mistake, and he didn't ghost right away, so I had to... That's why Sam caught up right behind me, and yeah, it was kind of hairy there.
Well, you outlasted Mr. Joshua, and that's not an easy thing to do. That guy doesn't really make mistakes. We were both, Big and I were both really surprised that he spun. But so... Take us through your race. Were there, give us your highs and lows.
So the start was great. I think I pipped like 3 or 4 people, but something happened in front of Zomogulus, which made me bump into him, and then he spun in front of me, and then I started in 8th after that, so I only gained 2 positions at that point. But then it was just all tire conservation, because like I said, this tire kills your tires. This track's rather, sorry. And yeah, I just try to keep it steady, keep the lap times down. I think I didn't get out of the 133, 134 range, so that was really good. Other than that, like I said, just try to keep it safe, and Sam was really pressuring me for a lot of that, so unfortunate RC bumped him, because us 3 were having a great battle as well. But after that, it was just all out war as soon as we went to the hards. And yeah, he kept me honest, that's for sure. I made a couple mistakes and he came right back up on me, but he did good. Too bad he spun.
Yeah, we were following that. There were a couple close battles there, and you and Sam was definitely one of them. And unfortunately, coming out of the last chicane, Sam had got a little loose, it looked like. Lost the back end. That kind of freed you. You didn't have to look in your rearview mirror anymore. So, yeah. All right. Well, was this your first podium of the season?
This is my 3rd podium.
3rd podium. All right. So, have you won, or have you been 3rd?
I have not won. I've only gotten 3rd. 2nd and 1st have yet to elude me.
Well, hats off to you, really, man. I mean, I'd love to have a podium in Tier 1. So, great job. Way to keep it clean, way to conserve your tires, and congrats.
Appreciate it, thanks.
Yep. All right, T-Brum. I don't think I've ever interviewed T-Brum. How are you? I'm doing well. So this is GP. Great race. You and Say really gave us a lot of good racing up there. You guys were really hardly ever out of DRS range of each other. So there were, it seemed to us that just as you approach the right-hander underneath the bridge before you get to the hairpin, that seemed to be a place that kind of gave both of you a hard time, where you guys ended up like leapfrogging each other there, almost like successive laps, 2 or 3 laps in a row. Was that giving you a problem? Were your tires really getting tired? Well, you guys did fantastic. I mean, we really enjoyed watching you guys. Now, We were also trying to see how your tire.
Hold up. Hold up.
Whoop.
I don't think I can
Hold
hear
up.
T-Brum on the chat. You got
No?
your party settings set to share?
Do you want to do that?
T-Brum, you had one job.
He
Maybe
wasn't
one
expecting a
thing.
podium.
One thing.
Sorry, I got my hood fan on there, but
Alright, there you go.
okay.
We're good?
Yeah,
Alright,
did you want to ask
so-
that question again?
Yeah. What do you say to that?
Sorry, could you
T-Brum?
repeat the question, GP? all right. Or at least
all right, so
just
yeah.
get T-Brum. You don't have to repeat it, but at least get T-Brum's
Yeah.
response to that first question. I did jump
Yeah,
in
okay,
before
so
we carried on.
yeah, so the I think it was probably around lap 23, 20. You and Say really had great battles where you kind of leapfrogged each other 2 or 3 laps in a row. They're basically in the same area, and you said that your tires were really tired at that point. What was the wear at? Do you know?
When I finished the race, it was at 93%
Oh my God!
on my front 2 tires, and then my rear tires were at 91, I think.
Well, that says a
think
lot
it's that.
right there. Yeah, riding on board with you, I could see blistering on the left front, and I thought, okay, Bigga knew. Bigga was like, I think his tires are done. I never would have guessed 93%. But you made it last, and other guys would spin out with less wear. So congratulations for showing your ability to drive with really bad tires.
That's like dangerously close to a puncture. Like it's I'm pretty sure if you hit 100 it will puncture, but I'm pretty sure anything over like 70 or 80% there's like a risk of puncture at any moment.
75.
So yeah, like crazy stuff. Like I like GP said, I could tell you guys were struggling. Like I could see that the tires were gone. It's something I brought up early in the stint that I was like, this might come down to who's managed their tires better rather than like who's got the last move or whatever. But it looked like T-Brum, your tires went off first, and then you kind of got them back under control. You were kind of like, I need to get to the end. I just got to take it easy. And then all of a sudden, Say's tires dropped off, and then all these opportunities opened up for you right at the end. So really interesting to see that the two of you guys trying to get those tires to the end of the race and make sure that you didn't literally blow a tire
Yeah.
before it came to an end. So sorry to jump in there, GP, if you want to
No,
carry on.
perfectly fine. Yep, perfectly fine. Well, T-Brum, I like to ask this question. Can you tell us, like, at what point in the race maybe you felt like, this ain't going to work, or, I think I'm in trouble, I should have done this? Was there a point in the race where that was kind of entering your brain?
When I realized I was getting like 5% of wear each lap, or just through the S sections, and I still had like 7 laps to go on 50% tires, and I was starting to panic a bit, so I just overreacted a bit too much. And then at one point I just said, I just hope Say gets one.
All right, well, congratulations again, and really remarkable what you were able to do on those tires.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the race winner, Say. How are you, buddy?
Stressed.
Stressed? Yeah. I could almost feel your stress. No, I can't. I was very comfortable. So great job. I mean, you took off right at the beginning of the race. You had nearly a 2-second lead, really quick. I think the safety car really kind of changed things up a little bit for you. So on the restart, it seemed like you didn't really fool anybody, and T-Brum and I think it was Mr. Joshua were like right with you. Did something happen to you on the restart, or did you kind of out-strategize yourself, or?
Yeah, I had a moment out of the chicane, and I was like, fuck. That didn't work, and they were already on me, and like, yeah, it was not a good restart for me. the tires were cold because I didn't warm them up. Because I was trying to preserve them as much as I can. Because as soon as that safety car came out, I was like, it's gonna be a long one. Because those mediums, considering the hards were already at 40%, I was praying for the mediums to make it.
Well, you did a great job preserving them, both of you.
Yeah, by the end of the race, we're at 87%, 85 around there.
So,
I was preserving a bit more in the final laps.
So, help us understand what happened. I asked Tibram earlier about going underneath the bridge. It seemed like that was a problem for both of you on consecutive laps, maybe even 3 laps, creating this leapfrog sort of passing. We didn't really catch it all, but is that what was happening to you guys coming out of that turn, approaching the hairpin?
I mean, we're going about like 160 miles an hour into that corner, and a lockup is, especially on those old hard or old tires, a lockup is common, but ours were just pretty bad. So, I mean, we carry a lot of speed because we're supposed to, and I locked up first, went wide, and had to forfeit the lead, and then T-Brum went wide, and I took the lead back. It's just heat in the tires as well. Like they were at 95. I don't know, Celsius. I don't know. I would use Kelvin. Like, yeah, they were hot.
Probably Celsius. I don't think they'd be below 95 if they were hot.
And I don't think we use Kelvin.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
Kelvin.
Nah, use Celsius. Like,
yeah,
like
Celsius
like
and
a
Fahrenheit.
smart person. I got the hiccups from smoking too much vape after the race. I'm sorry.
All right, so question for you, Say, was give us. I can't ask that because I know your highest high point was crossing the finish line on the last lap. Much like was there a point in the race where you felt like you might have made a mistake here that's going to cost you?
At the start of the race.
Really?
Going at the hards, and then I was praying for not a safety car like midway, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Like the mediums would have been the ideal, because if that safety car. But obviously you don't know what happens, and it didn't really pay off at the end.
All right.
But
Well.
Once that safety car came out, I was shaking, trembling.
Well, this is what? How many wins this season?
That's my third one.
Third one. All right.
I wish I had 5, but I got robbed of 2.
Dude, if you said to me, like I'm sorry I got the hiccups, but you guys are gonna have to just deal with it. If you said to me at the start of the season, I'm gonna win 3 races this year, I'd have been like, you're fucking psychotic. You're not winning 3 races, man. Like, good for you. Glad you're gonna try, but like, man, you've been killing it straight up. So congrats.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you've been on fire.
If like my younger self, if I told my younger self, or like, you're gonna win 3 races, I'd be like, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like it's madness, man. Like you picked it up so quick, and like I don't know, like you were like, I don't like practicing. It's not fun. I was like, dude, you're not gonna have a good time if you don't practice. And then you come out there and make me look like a fool. I've been doing this a while too. Usually I'm not wrong, but yeah, it made me look like a fool. And you've won 3 races now. Now, I was saying earlier, I was like, you're gonna be like next year starting on a clean slate, already like adjusted to this. You're gonna be a serious threat next year. So, congrats, man, because you should be proud of what you've achieved this season. I honestly, like, it was really impressive to see you grow and get better. It sucks that my like heartfelt speech to you is chopped up by hiccups constantly, but there you go. There you go. Yeah.
I get the gist of it.
Yeah, sorry. I hit that weed vape really hard right after the race while you were talking GP, and it just fucking got me real good. All right. Any last thoughts from anybody? Anybody got any questions for each other? Anybody else? Anybody want to try and scare me into not having hiccups? Please.
Championships on.
Championships on. It was not a good night for Zenith.
Yeah, P8, and I really want a big post.
Yeah.
Especially after Belgium and Monza, that was crucial points.
Yeah. Big time. It's down to the nitty gritty now. What do we got? 4 races left, 15, 16, 17, 18. We got a break week coming up for American Thanksgiving, and we got 2 more tiers taking on Japan this week. So, Wednesday, Jesus Christ.
You can
Wednesday
do
night,
it.
I'll get through it. I'm gonna have to. I'm a pro. You ever hear professional broadcasters get hiccups? It's shocking. I guess they don't also smoke weed pens during broadcasts, but anyways, we'll get through this. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Tier 2, Tier 3, respectively. Take on Japan, and GP, send us off.
Send us off. All right. Great job, guys. Really enjoyed it, and really impressed with all of Tier 1, actually. I think there were only a couple penalties, and that was speeding into pit lane as somebody was trying to hurry up and get out of the race. So congrats for that, all of Tier 1. And yeah, with that, just tune in on Wednesday, 8 o'clock for Tier 2, and Thursday, 8 o'clock for Tier 3. Sure to be, hopefully, as entertaining as what we saw tonight. So with that, I sign off.